Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we're in a Rico Reds phase. Yes, we have a Darius Draven Gnar Overwhelm deck that Rico has been playing in Eternal in great success. I think he has something like an 80% win rate over the last 50 games, which is absolutely crazy. So we wanted to see what this deck is all about. It is the classic Overwhelm with Noxus and Freljord. In this Eternal version, it allows us to play stuff like Draven, which can be really good, right? For us to get a lot of value from it. But for the most part, you can really make this deck also in Standard. You only lose Draven and Trollshan and a couple other things, but it is very similar to what you might see in Standard. But regardless, this deck does very well because you can do really well against those Cosmic Cold piles, because you can put so much pressure on them that you don't let them be able to actually spend 8 mana for a Cosmic Cold without losing. So if you love Overwhelm and you love Rico Reds, stick around to see how the games today go. If you like today's video, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you at the end for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going against Mono Zoe Target. So obviously it's going to be Target Invoke. Opponent doesn't even play anything else. I think we have a good matchup against this deck, by the way. I'm down to just go all in on all my units. And down to just have, even the Jetty. And down to just go wide. And down to just go wide and just go super, just go super aggressive into them. And eventually we'll get our spells, right? We get our equipment, we got our spells, etc. We even get to push 1 damage. The Equinox and the stuns are going to be annoying from the Zoe. But if we can just eat it up early, that's better. We get the Bone Club too. Yeah, so we go Ruthless Raider. We go Ruthless Raider. We go Iron Ballista. Force the opponent to look for the stun of the Equinox here if they want to. Like, if they want to go ahead and play it right now, that's fine, right? Because I still get to push 1 damage, and that means I don't deal with the stun for a while. They could play the dog here and get the trade with the Ruthless Raider. Charger? Man, I'm attacking with everything here. Like, if you have to have Pell Cascade to trade here. If you want to, like, alright, they go for the Pell Cascade. They have it. That's fine, right? So he dies, so I'm still pushing all this damage. I might choose to go for this Bone Club eventually. Like, I think he might actually just... Do we still just go Gnar, Rearguard, Ancient Jetty? Probably, right? I think we just go Gnar, Rearguard, Ancient Jetty. Continue to go wide. The Bone Club is too easy to punish, I think. So, yeah, we'll go like this. We'll go Ancient Jetty. Have the Bone Club. Like, I don't want to develop with the Bone Club because it's so easy to get punished with like a stun or something. They have the Nightfall card, right? The one that gives you a Celestial card. I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of it. That's fine. I mean, that's the only reason you would play this, right? Because you would play the Celestia, the Moondreamer. There we go. Moondreamer. So they get the Moondreamer. They can kill the Gnar with the Moondreamer. That's the only downside here. Do I want to let them have that? Do I let... Because if they kill... They will have to block here. I think we do. I think we attack with everything. Because if they block here with the Moondreamer, that means this is going to be more vulnerable to an Overwhelm later. And that means that you're still taking the damage everywhere else, including keeping my Rearguard alive. Like, it might seem correct. Unless you have a Pell Cascade, I actually like you doing that. Like, the only thing here that's a punish is if you have a Pell Cascade to kill the Rearguard, which you don't. So now I still keep these units alive, plus have this Pokey Stick. So I still think the Bone Club is too much commitment. I guess we can do both now. I was thinking, going Ancient Jetty, and next time we have 7 + 2, which is 9. But now I can just go Ruthless Raider, and then also go Bone Club, and still have access to the Battle Fury, if we need to. Which, because we have this Omen Hawk, it means that any one of my units can actually just kill them. So let's go Ruthless Raider first. If opponent gets the snake, we can Poke Stick. Like, I might not... Maybe we don't commit this Bone Club.
Something approaches.
Maybe we don't commit this Bone Club.
I know these paths well.
Because the opponent could easily have Equinox.
The charger.
Right? Opponent could easily have Equinox. There it is. So they go for the Equinox here. We'll go ahead and put the Bone Club here, right? The problem is that now I tap out of the Battle Fury by playing this Bone Club. So I'm tapping out of the Battle Fury here. So I miscounted the amount of mana that I had. I miscounted the amount of mana that I had, actually. We have two. Opponent could have, like, as long as I stop them from being able to play their big Celestial, we might be okay. I guess if they play the Cosmical right here, we're in trouble. Alright, that's not a Cosmical, so it's gonna be a Hush. The Hush just stops the Overwhelm, it doesn't stop anything else. It doesn't get rid of the Bone Club stats because it's an equipment. So we go like this. Why did we keep this Jetty up? I mean, at 1 HP, does it matter? I was trying to think, does this 1 HP matter for the Jetty? Probably not, right? Only not. So let's go here. We'll play the Poke Stick now because we have the extra 2 mana. And then we'll play the Ancient Jetty next turn for 1 mana less. No need to play it this turn. The opponent gets to heal up a little bit. Like, as long as I keep them from being unable to play their Cosmic Call, I think I'm in a good spot, right? So now we can go Darius. The opponent only played the Equinox, and this Shatter can't... Oh no, they had the Moon Silver. So I was trying to remember what they had from the Star Peak. So they don't have access to a stun. They play the Moon Silver, Equinox, and Charger. So I know they don't have any small Celestial cards. Yeah, they have played everything because they got one. They got 1 from the Super Cushion, which was the Charger. They got 2 from the Peak. They got 1 from the Moon Dreamer. 2 from the Scryer. And they play 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, they could have 1 more. They could have 1 more spell that's cheaper. So maybe playing this Darius makes no sense. Like, I don't want to develop next turn, right? Yeah, I definitely don't develop, right? I definitely don't develop. I guess the Darius is better than playing the Jetty, though. We can play the Darius. It's the same thing as playing the Jetty. Opponent goes for the Messenger. Opponent keeps their board big enough that my Battle Fury is not like being a big deal to them. We attack like this to play around the Obliterates or the Stun. And opponent has to block with everything. They will have to find another Hush to really make me scared. We have this Battle Fury. And we have a Freeze. So we Battle Fury the Speaker, I think. We Battle Fury the Speaker. And let the Darius stay on the field. They have the second Hush. Alright, so again they get rid of the Overwhelm, but this is 4. It's not enough, right? We're down by 1. So we go like this. At least we get rid of the Scryer. I want to keep this freeze for their big units. We level up Darius. We get the Bone Club back. Does it make sense to play this Ancient Jetty now? Because I'm losing the mana anyways. whether I play it now or next turn, I'm still losing the mana. So I think it makes sense to just play it now. Like that extra mana that I saved will still have gone for this next turn.
Back into stars.
So they go Sparkologists. They still have some big Celestials. Maybe they have Living Legends. They haven't played Cosmical though, so even if they have Living Legends, I'm not scared. I guess and they tapped out of the 9 mana elusive. So the most that I can get is the 8 mana elusive, which can be punished by the freeze, right? Yeah, the Destroyer is huge, right? But doesn't really do much. We can go Bone Club, this, and this, and it's exactly 12. So we can go Rear Guard, Bone Club.
Need a second.
And we put the Bone Club here. And we have so many Overwhelms that the opponent shouldn't be able to beat us. And then we open attack. Alright, so again, open attack to play around any stun or obliterates. This is still dealing 3, this is dealing 7, this is dealing 3, and that's game, minus 30. We were able to put so much pressure into the opponent that they're never able to really have that time to play the Cosmic Code without losing the game. And that's what kind of set them really far back, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Reputation. So LeBlanc and Sivir. I haven't seen a lot of people playing Reputation in a while. I like the Ruthless Raider and the Ancient Yeti. I don't know that I need the Ballista just yet. I want to see if I can mulligan for my Bone Club, right? We didn't get the Bone Club, but at least we get the Rear Guard so we can push some damage. We got the Darius again anyways. That's why you gotta be careful about not keeping Darius in your opening hand, because you do play 3 Darius in this deck. So seeing multiple of it can be a little bit problematic. We get the Bone Club. I want to put the Bone Club on the Overwhelm, so I don't think I want to put it on the Rear Guard. So I think I just attack here for 6 and then have Bone Club for my next turn. Yeah, so we just attack here for 6, get them down to 11. We put the Bone Club on the Ruthless Raider next turn. And this is going to push a lot of Overwhelm damage to start setting up my Darius.
I know.
Alright, so then we go here. Don't think we block that Sivir, right? Opponent could have like a buff to be able to kill my Ruthless Raider. The open attack, it doesn't seem bad. Because we do have the Fury to protect our Ruthless Raider, right? We have the Fury of the North to protect the Ruthless Raider. Okay, now we just have to freeze as well. So we can just attack like this.
That's all.
Absolver, and they're gonna try to go for... Yeah, so they're gonna go like this. We have 2 options. We could Fury. If we Fury Prostration with 3 mana, an opponent can have a second Whirling Death, right? So that's the punish to going for the Fury. Fury gets me to 10, this gets me to 12. And the opponent is dealing 6 and 6 both times. I think we just go like this. I think we just go for the Troll Shen for now. And if the opponent commits more, then we can go for the Fury. So if the opponent tries to commit 1 more card and taps out of the Willing Death, then we can go for the Fury. That's why I didn't go the other way, right? So again, if we go like this, we go to 12, and this is each dealing 6, which is not enough. So then we can go freeze, and opponent doesn't get any value from this. So we correctly played around the double Willing Death, which means that now next time we can have Darius on the field leveled up, have a bunch of Ancient Yetis, so opponent goes down to 3 HP. I don't think there's anything they can have to actually kill us, to actually live anymore, right? Their Sivir doesn't even get anywhere near level up because they just lost so much value there. And we even get a second Troll Shen to protect my units. So it was tempting, right, to go for Fury plus Troll Chance to go for lethal, but it definitely wasn't the right play. I don't want to play this Darius and lose to like an Absolver. I guess they could also have a Shapestone, right? So it could be Shapestone, it could be Absolver. We can just pass. We can still just play Darius next turn. I think that's a mistake. So now I can just play Darius. I don't care about being a 4. I guess we should be careful about potential quote-unquote decimate if the opponent actually is a wild person. So if we're gonna play around a decimate, we just open attack. We're also threatening the Battle Fury. Yeah, if we're gonna play like a... They are playing Noxus. I don't think they play decimate. But I also don't want to randomly lose to like a card that like a random person could have. Right? Quicksand is a great way to stop us. But you're sacrificing your whole board anyways? Quicksand is a great way to stop us. I did forget about Quicksand, I'll admit that. So that would have meant that it was better to just develop. Opponent still loses their Sivir. We still have this Troll Shan. We can start putting these Ancient Yetis down. We lose the Darius. Let's go here. Let's use the most expensive one right now. The Troll Shan gives me 2 health, which lets me beat a Might could be a problem. So a Might could be a problem.
Wealth is merely a foolish distraction.
The Rally could be a problem.
Only a rich, distracted fool.
Let's go here. That way the opponent cannot pull with the LeBlanc. We still have enough to play both Ancient Yetis. So the opponent can only pull with Sivir, cannot pull with LeBlanc, right? We have double Ancient Yeti plus the Troll Shan. And the opponent tapped out of the Might. So I think we just win next turn, right? We have enough blockers for everything. They don't have Overwhelm anymore. Because they play the Bruiser.
Business as usual.
Because they play the Bruiser, they don't have enough. We can play the second Ancient Yeti. I guess I have to be concerned about Bloody Business, right? Bloody Business. Might. Not Might, Willing Death. This makes no sense. We have the Troll Shan. Okay.
I'm a woman of principle. Mine is kill.
Don't know that that attack makes sense to me. I guess they could have the Sivir Ricochet and try to kill my units that way. I don't understand why they did it. Right? It's forcing me to block. It's forcing me to block. Because... And the opponent gets the trade because of the Bruiser. Second Quicksand is annoying. Is there anything... Second Quicksand is annoying. We already ate up double Willing Death. Opponent will have to have both. Like, this is dealing 1 and this is dealing 2. So this is lethal here, even if the opponent has the Bloody Business. So even if they have a Bloody Business, this is lethal because it's exactly 3. So it has to be a second Quicksand plus a Strike for them to beat us.
For real?
That's all.
Alright, so that's still lethal here. That leaves you... Okay, that leaves you alive. You get the Bloody Business, which also gives you enough. You go down to 1. They get to save up. They get to stay alive. So then we just go ahead and play Gnar. Tactician.
Before burning the pyre.
Is it Gnar or is it Ballista? I like the Gnar because it gives me the Poke Stick, right? So if the opponent attacks here, they cannot attack. Like, this rally is useless because of the Poke Stick. Because of the Poke Stick, opponent is not actually able to attack. Unless, and even if they get quick attack here, they get punished by the Troll Shot, as well as the Bone Claws, which they know are in my hand. So they will have to attack right away and hope that I don't have a Troll Shot.
The day is young.
Yeah, the quick attack was an out, but not anymore. And that's game. Unfortunately for the opponent, I got exactly the Troll Shot to keep me alive. Into the Poke Stick for lethal. He actually was a lot closer than I expected, right? Like, I thought this game was gonna be over way before. But that bloody business and that Vladimir spell actually kind of kept them in the field to survive and be able to deal with my 3 attackers. So GG's. In this match, we're gonna get Samira and Akshan. So it's like a combo deck. Obviously, you just level up Samira, level up your champions, and just kind of put a ton of damage. This Trojan is so good at punishing a Samira pool on the Tusk Speaker. I think I like the Tusk Speaker a lot. And the Ancient Jetty as well is a good stat line. Opponent gets the Forsaken Back Eye. We are taking quite a bit of damage here, I guess. Maybe we don't play the Tusk Speaker, maybe we just go Iron Ballista. Like, if we just go Iron Ballista... I guess we have to drop it. We have to drop the Tusk Speaker. Opponent gets to predict. I don't want to take that much damage either. We can block the Chronomancer, take that 2 damage, and at least set up our Ballista. We need the Bone Club, right? We need the Bone Club to really feel like in a good spot. Whirling Death is also really good.
See what I've learned?
Yeah, so I will block the Chronomancer if the opponent gives it to me.
Good people don't look.
I'm also willing to go Whirling Death. He beats the Shapestone, right? So the Whirling Death beats the Shapestone. So I'm okay going for block the Chronomancer and Whirling Death to action. Slow down their Palace. So they just tapped out of the... Because they just tapped out of the Shapestone, I think we can just go here and now the opponent cannot attack with the action. If I give them this right now, they can replay it next turn. And I'm not pushing any Overwhelm damage, so I think I actually prefer to push the Overwhelm damage through. Why don't we just go Maneuver? Actually, probably not yet. I probably just set up the second Ancient Jetty before we go for Maneuver, right? And here we can probably just go Troll Shant. Here we can just go Troll Shant. Keep both my Overwhelms alive. Kill both their units. If opponent has a Shape Stone, it kills one of them. I think this Whirling Death is correct. Because we got the Decisive Maneuver, I think I want to keep all my Overwhelms alive. And just go like this. We have another Whirling Death. Opponent can swap that equipment into action right now. We can Ancient Jetty and then next turn have enough for the maneuver.
In and out.
We can Ruthless Raider first and then just Ancient Jetty next turn. This is gonna cost me 1 less. Yeah, it's gonna cost me 1 less, so we can go Rearguard here. Ancient Jetty for 2, Decisive Maneuver. Opponent's gonna have to have Rider Negation to stop us. We'll go like this. So Decisive Maneuver or Whirling Death is a lot of damage. Now, opponent could have access here to like a Shapestone into action spell. This is a lot of damage. Like, I feel like opponent has to commit. Opponent has to commit cards here. And if they tap out of the Rider Negation, which they just did, this is we want to stun the Chronomancer, by the way, because it pushes some more damage. This is already killing the action. The opponent will be able to level up the action. Alright, well, I guess now we can just No, it's still more damage, right? Still more damage if we go like this. So we go here, and that's lethal. Opponent tapped out of the Rhino negation. So the opponent taps out of the Rhino negation. Even if they have a Shapestone, they will need to have double Shapestone to survive this. So they will need to have double Shapestone in the action to survive this. It's not enough with just one. Because the one only leaves you a one, like, actually no, not even double Shapestone saves them. What am I thinking about? It's minus 16, so yeah, the opponent would need to have triple Shapestone. So 3 card, no. One Shapestone, 2 double Shapestone saves them because the action levels up. Or the Quicksand. The Quicksand also gets in there. The funny part, by the way, is because this action dies before he levels up. So the opponent doesn't even get the level 2 action landmark. So their little, the thing that they use from the thing doesn't really get them anything. You remember when I say it doesn't really get them anything? That's actually such a high roll, right? It kills 2 of my units. It does kill both of the Dark Trolls as well. But I would have preferred, like, their Dark Trolls cannot block. I would have preferred to have my 2 units. That's actually such a high roll. That's actually pretty good high roll by them. Wow, okay. We still have enough to go wide.
Take the shot or lose the chance.
Let's go here. Even if your opponent pulls with Samira, we do have this Whirling Death. Forcing an answer. So the Whirling Death is forcing an answer out of them.
Where's my axe?
I don't care. You can pull.
No problem.
Yeah, so then we just Whirling Death. And our opponent will need to have their own Whirling Death to stop this. Alright, and then they have no blockers, and then we attack next turn, right? Like, that Ravine was scary, right? That Ravine was scary, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough, so GG's. I guess there could have been other better things that the opponent could have gotten instead of just Ravine, but yeah, anyways, GG's. In this match, we're going against Karma Lux. I haven't seen Karma Lux since Season 1. Wow. I will... I'm trying to think if it's worth it to keep the Darius. I don't want to be stuck with 2 Darius in my hand, so I think it's actually correct to just send it. And there we go. Look at that. It's like I'm new, right? We play triple Darius, so keeping the first... It's just Darius all the way. Keeping this Darius, I think, is a little bit of a problem. Right? You don't want to keep that early, so let's just go for the Tusk Speaker into Draven. But we can go Iron Ballista, because the Draven is not really getting me any value here. Let's go Draven. Let's go Draven, actually. Let's try to get that second axe right now. Opponent's gonna probably play the 6-mana spell, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's just the Pit Professional. Alright, cool. So we'll just attack with everything. We still push 3 damage here. Get another axe. So now we have double the axe. And then next time we can play Gnar. And they go Ballista into Tusk Speaker. And still have 1 mana for something else. Just try to go wide until we can play this Darius. And just go from there. Is it ever Battle Fury? Do we ever just Battle Fury? We're up against Ionia. I think I prefer going wide. I think I still prefer going wide. I'm not gonna commit for anything here yet. See, I'm gonna just prefer to go wide. We can also just go Tusk Speaker first. See what happens. Now we have Whirling Death and the Spinning Axe. The Whirling Death just gets punished. Because if the opponent does nothing, this Gnar is already leveling up anyways. Like if the opponent plays slots right here, right? The Gnar is already leveling up regardless. So I'm also not opposed to just passing, but if I'm passing and just giving them the time, to do whatever they want.
Time to dance.
Let's go like this. We'll play the spinning axe first. See what the opponent does.
For the money.
And then Willing Death second. So even if the opponent has like a form up, we still just Willing Death. If it's a single oh, it's just that. Alright, so then we can go like this. And we still get to push 3 damage from this, as well as get the axe. And we have our Gnar leveling up, and then we can just play Darius. And we'll have enough for the Battle Fury on our next attack turn, right? So here we can play Darius for 6. Leaves me with 1 mana left. And then next turn we naturally get 7, plus that spell mana is 8 for us to have the Battle Fury if necessary. Mid-Solius? Alright. We'll still just go ahead and drop this Darius down.
Stand aside. I've got work to do.
And tell the opponent now what? So guess we can go like this. Leave Darius last. Force the opponent to have another stun. I don't want to play this Battle Fury and get hit by I'm gonna start with the Spinning Axe again. The Trojan is really good, so I think I just let go of the Ballista. The Trojan is really good to beat a Concerted Strike. So let's just go Spinning Axe here. And just have this Draven level up. Opponent can go ahead and just push this damage. But now we have a leveled up Draven as well. And the opponent's gonna have a hard time dealing with this. We still have access to this Battle Fury to present like a lot of damage if the opponent puts... Like if the opponent taps out of mana to try to kill this Draven, they get punished by this Battle Fury. Right? So let's say this is a single combat. It's a Concerted here, and this is 7. When I go here, this goes to 9. So the opponent just loses. Gnar stays alive. We push all this damage. Darius levels up. Draven levels up. And then next turn, we just get there. I guess we are...
What's my name?
Let me see. We have the Ballista. We have the Axe. We have triple... I guess not triple Overwhelm unit. Unless we go for the Decimate here. That gives me the last Overwhelm unit. I think I want to level up this Gnar. So I think I like the Decimate. It also puts the opponent at 1. If the opponent just stays with the Deny, that could be a problem. They tapped out a Deny. So we go here. Gets them down to 4. Gnar levels up, so that's another Overwhelm unit with the Battle Fury. We can keep the Ballista, or we can play another Overwhelm unit. I guess we might as well just go here. We have the Trollshan. This turns into an Overwhelm. An opponent has to deal with all 3 of these Overwhelm units. Not only that, but this one we can pull here. And now we have a Willing Death, so this is game. This is dealing 4. This is dealing 4. So the opponent has to deal with all 3. And the Willing Death means that we beat a Concerted Strike or a single combat. So, yeah. I mean, unfortunately for the opponent, we just got all our champions. And that helped us out so much. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against... Oh, okay. So this is also Overwhelm deck, right? So it's Gwen, LeBlanc, and Darius. And they're playing Caltrits, right? So they're playing Caltrits. I'm gonna grid out this hand. I like the Draven and the Willing Death. As well as the Battle Fury. So, I just need to watch out for the Caltrits. This Omen Hawk on turn 1 is not bad either. And then we go from there. So we Omen Hawk. That's a great freeze. Yeah, we'll just go like this. Do we let them have it? Alright. That's a big rear guard. It's actually nice because it cannot be blocked by the host. So the opponent will have to either sacrifice a unit or choose to take the 4 damage here. So they're gonna have to... Yeah, so we can just go like this and the opponent can go ahead and block with the host if they want to. The problem here is that the opponent still... Like, we're not able to stop this within Protege. Right? We're not able to stop this within Protege from staying alive, so the opponent's gonna be stacking these things. If they let me play the Draven, do we ever sacrifice one of our spells? You know what? I might sacrifice the decisive maneuver.
This is gonna hurt for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna sacrifice the decisive maneuver, kill the prodigy, and then next turn we push for 7. I think the freeze is a little bit more important. I guess the opponent could be playing like a Bile Feast to punish my Draven taking a damage hit here. That is one reason why not attack with the Draven, but if the opponent has the Bile Feast, they can also kill this rearguard. So I think I'm okay with this. Let's just push the 7 here. Alright. We have the freeze and we have the Whirling Death.
The best lies are beautiful.
Okay, so now we can freeze this LeBlanc, or we can Whirling Death her, whichever one we prefer.
Zoe Invoke.
The Thread the Needle is a problem.
Smoke and mirrors.
Thread the Needle is a problem. I'm gonna start here.
Got an axe with your name on it.
I'm gonna start here, kill the LeBlanc first. And I'm gonna take this damage from the Gwen. If the opponent has Thread the Needle... Okay, so she dies anyways, so we can go ahead and go like this.
Time for the money.
She dies anyway, so we can go ahead and play the Whirling Death and save that 7 damage. Opponent tap that to 1. If they have a second Mark of the Isles, they can actually push 9 damage, but I think that's fine. We can just go like this. Unfortunately, the Draven does die, right? Like, the Draven does die here, which sucks for us, but I think that's fine. I'm gonna drop down this Darius.
I'll handle this myself.
Force the opponent to block this rearguard.
Noxus will rise.
This is still pushing a lot of damage and leveling up this Darius, so I think that's fine. The problem is, we're gonna have to block next time. Right? Because I need to watch out for Atrocity. I might actually have to block next turn, so I want to look for another Overwhelm. So this is gonna be 10. So we take, sorry, it's gonna be 11. We need another unit, and that's not the unit that we're looking for. We'll give it to you if you want it. So we're losing to Atrocity. We're losing to Atrocity if the opponent has it in their hand. So if the opponent has Atrocity, we lose to the Atrocity. Or they can have that. Yeah. They had the Whirling Death, unfortunately. That's good. That was good. So it was Atrocity or that, right? I guess I needed to have that stun that I discarded all those turns ago, right? And just get rid of the Bone Club. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Fizz and Akshan. I think we can kind of just aggro them down, no? I like the Troll Shan. It's a good punish into the Akshan. And the Ballista lets my Overwhelm units be a lot more powerful than they would have been otherwise. So we can go like this. We can even have the tough unit, which is better. Yeah, because
No backing down.
they're gonna have the squire, yada. You can play Ruthless Raider, that way we're not losing to like a pie toss.
The winter's claw.
We'll have Troll Shen for next turn and kind of just go from there.
Easy.
Let's put this here just so that I have a way to actually kill this Librarian. So I definitely want to Troll Shen, right? Definitely want to Troll Shen and be able to block that Librarian. Alright, you still need a spell. There it is. So they get to push 4. I don't agree with that. I don't know that I agree with that one. So, if we go Bone Club, we can start pushing a lot of damage.
Me, the spirit's dance.
We can start pushing a lot of damage here because opponent's probably going to try to go for like a double attack shenanigans with this Fizz. I think I need to start putting pressure on them by going for the Bone Club here and pushing damage with both and set up the Bone Club to be able to just finish them off next turn. So we'll go like this. Opponent can trade if they want to, but I mean they're going down to 10 already, right? So once we get the Darius, we're chilling. I think we're in a good spot to raise them down before they can kill us. We don't have a lot of blockers, but we have we only have to deal with the Fizz, right? The Fizz is the only one that's a problem. But I'm preventing the opponent from drawing with the Librarian. That the opponent cannot draw with the Librarian without committing a spell first, so that we just pass. So now here we go. Let's go rear guard, just force the opponent to block with this. I am a little bit concerned about... Yeah, so... That loses you the game, because I'm going to force you to block with the Fizz. Alright, so I'm going to force you to block with the Fizz. Putting the Ballista doesn't do anything, because the opponent will know to just block whichever one has the Ballista, right? You have to block with this Fizz, and the moment you do, you get beat by the Spinning Axe. Quicksand. We have the Freeze next turn, so we can beat the double attack, or we can just go for the Fury this turn, and the opponent has nothing in their hand. So we just go Fury and get there. And that's game. You have to block with the Fizz, right? You have to block with the Fizz. But I understand why, because if you lose the Fizz, you kind of lose the game. So then we end up just winning there by rushing them down. And it's all about the fact that we were able to commit that the Bone Club, right, on that one turn with the Tusk Speaker and kind of go from there. So hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games of Overwhelm. The deck is very straightforward, so I don't know that we need to spend a lot of time breaking down how this deck works, right? Just play your units on curve and just try to push a lot of damage into the opponent. Try to set up for those Bone Clubs and those Battle Furies or even the Decisive Maneuver turns as you saw against the Samira Akshan player, so that you can just get a lot of value from the Overwhelms that you have on the field, right? You do want to, in general, you probably want to mulligan for some of your early units, so your Rearguard and your Omen Hawk and your Draven are really the three things that I'm looking for most of the times in my mulligan. The Ancient Yeti as well can be really important, but if your hand doesn't look good to stop the opponent's aggression, sometimes it might be correct to kick away this Ancient Yeti, but a lot of times you want to just keep Ancient Yeti on your turn 1, right? So we're looking for Rearguard, Omen Hawk, Ancient Yeti, and Draven for your mulligan, so that you can start putting a lot of pressure early on into the opponent and start buffing some of your other overwhelms. Eventually, you'll draw into your other Overwhelm units and your Bone Club combo, as well as your Battle Fury, to make this Overwhelm really big. Now, depending on the matchup, you either can commit all in on a single Overwhelm, or you're going to have to go wide, right? So against that Cosmic Cold decks, I usually prefer to go wider rather than committing to a single unit, because it's very easy for them to have access to like an Obliterate or an Equinox to stop that one big unit that we have on the field, right? So you don't want to commit all your eggs on a single basket. So you rather go wide. However, against decks, like heck, even against like that Fizz Action deck that we went against, having just a single big unit is really nice because the opponent doesn't really usually have like the way to stop that single unit. So that's kind of what you have to like navigate. Single unit if the opponent doesn't have a great way to remove it. Multiple units if they do have cheap ways to remove your big unit, right? But overall, again, very straightforward deck. Keep your early drops, buff up your overwhelms, whether it's with the Almond Hawk, Bone Club, or any other buffs, and then just push damage, push pressure. And eventually, you drop down these Darius, you drop down Ancient Yetis that cost 2 or 1, and you just overwhelm the opponent just because you have so much value that they will not have, right? This deck is very hit and miss, in my opinion. You are going to win when you have just the right hand, but a lot of times it can lose to itself, especially when you end with a lot of spells and just end up with like a lot of the small units and not your big overwhelm units. So just be careful about that as well. Don't be discouraged if you lose a couple games where you see a lot of spells. It is going to happen over the span of however many games you play, but most of the times it is not that difficult for you to just get the right hand with the Bone Club in one of your units to kind of just take over the game and just beat the opponent quicker than they can beat you. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for me for my Rico Reds deck for the month. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.